Coffee with Andy and Tracy.
Good morning! It's Coffee with Andy. It's a little bit late this morning. We've got Tracy too over here. We got a late start. The navigation equipment was bringing us out over 6-7 feet of water this morning, and she was a little antsy. So, and there's the nickname there for you, J-Lo. Coffee with Andy, or Coffee with Ancy. Not brought to you by any particular coffee company, but I've got my coffee right here.
Oh, sorry.
So it's Monday. I think it's Columbus Day, isn't it?
I believe so.
It's
Bumpa's birthday.
It's Bumpa's birthday. The infamous Bumpa. The original pirate, if there were ever pirates out there.
Happy birthday. I feel like a watermelon.
We are in Virginia waters right now. We're going to be in Maryland waters in just a little while. We ended up anchoring up in the Dividing Creek near Ray's Point and near Reedsville and near like Kilmont or Kilpatrick or something, Virginia. We found a great local radio station that was rocking out some great classic rock hits yesterday. And the DJ was talking about how the local tavern owner, the famous local tavern owner, this weekend, every year, they dig up his remains, they parade them around town in a special funeral procession, and then they have a party in his honor.
And reinter him. Which, I didn't even think you could do that.
I'm sure it's legal in Virginia. But doggone it, gosh darn it.
You just want to be that man that they dig up every year.
No, we're not going to be in town for it this weekend because we're Annapolis bound. We're I'd say only about 75, 76 miles to Annapolis right now, where we'll have one more anchor up. We are motoring today because winds are very light and changing directions all day and less than 5 knots.
76.5 miles.
76.5 miles.
If we had any wind, we could probably make it.
If we had, well, it is very late. We started a few hours late this morning. We weren't in that protected of an anchorage, and we were rolling a little bit last night as we went to bed, but it was so calm, and the track of our anchor last night was nothing. I mean, we sat right there where we put up. There was a beach that was gorgeous. The kids, I stayed on the boat. Tracy and the kids went for a walk. They had to burn off some energy after being cooped up on the boat for a couple of days. She found
hand me those.
some bones that we need some help from our watchers to identify. The first is this.
I don't want to say what anybody else has said because I don't want to influence anyone, but here's my hand.
Okay.
Because yours isn't really a good measure. And the bottom of this bone is broken.
She said I have ginormous hands. You guys hear that?
Yeah. And you know what they say about guys with big feet?
Big socks.
They wear big socks.
You know what they say about guys with big socks? Big shoes. And then there are 2 rib bones that were with it. So this was
Near it.
On a kind of a
Weird beach.
beach. You can only get to by boat. Guys, put this back over there.
There were nothing else out. I mean, there was just nothing.
It said that in the anchor guide that some of the locals like to go out there to party in the evenings. We saw one other couple with a couple of pit bulls that just were going at it for a while, and then she was like, just like kids, guys, cut it out.
They just stopped. Got in the boat and left.
Sorry, Mom. Got in the boat.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rip her neck off.
We've seen a number of dogs lately of other cruisers and on the shore, and it's been good for the kids to see the pups again. We had some good news from yesterday. The anemometer started working again. It's still working today.
It's just not showing us wind direction. I mean, we can figure out wind direction visually. I just need to know that it's blowing what it says it's blowing, but if it's not showing proper wind direction, is it really recording the speed properly?
No, well, it's still throwing off autopilot and everything else.
Yeah.
So what we thought we were hitting into like 10 knot winds yesterday morning, we were probably beating into about 15 to 20s, which is just uncomfortable. But anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And that's just the way we roll. What else yesterday? So it calmed down in the afternoon. We were able to do a little bit of motor sailing, and that probably added a half knot to a knot to our progress. If I can get the sails out, I'm going to get the sails out.
He'll get over that.
I like getting the sails out. Now, raising the main's a little bit of a workout. I've got abs, they're just protected. They're under there, I promise. And they're shining through. But I have the kids tailing the line, and I jump up the mast and grab hold and pull it down, and
What's your name?
it works pretty well. Nick, you want to come up behind us and say hi? No? Nick is always the biggest surprise to me, that as much of a show off he is so camera shy. Whereas Camden isn't shy around anything. Neither is Micah. Riley's just got to make sure his image is right. He has veto rights on any photos that I post on him. Just because he's like, oh, that one's like 3 degrees off. It's my bad angle. Really? He's got all 63 poses of Zoolander down, but they're all like this. So we're excited. Beautiful day. Winds are going to be light, so we're going to be motoring. I'm adding coffee, and I'm drinking a little kefir this morning, which is good for you. It's a probiotic. Think of it as buttermilk, but this has peaches in there, which it's okay. I prefer the plain kefir. I prefer to drink just buttermilk. And I'll probably pick up a quart the next stop we're in. It's good for your gut. We heard from our buddy Bev this morning, who's moving over to a facility to help him rehab. And he sounded really good the last few days, and we're excited for that. That you're in a great spot, man. I'm going to throw a shout out here to Joanne and Tucker and see if she's watching. I know that she's not on social media, but she does watch YouTube. And the wonderful and lovely Michelle will set up YouTube for her to watch us on our sailing adventure. We already shouted out for Bumpa for his birthday. Anybody else you want to shout out to today?
Columbus.
Columbus for sailing the ocean blue in the year 1492. Yes. We'll talk about that day in our history lesson a little bit. He didn't really find America, he found Hispaniola. But that's a spoiler for those of you that don't understand history. The Chesapeake, I've been warned about it being full of crab pots. So far we've seen less crab pots in the Chesapeake than in the ICW. Over to our right, which is which is Virginia, and well, actually it's Maryland out there.
Yeah.
We can't see land, so it means it's at least 9 miles.
Like an ocean out there.
It's like an ocean. The ocean. You got a question? You want to shave your head? Camden wants us to shave his head later, but we learned something about cutting hair on a boat quickly. I thought we would find this conclusion, but it's one of those that I let everybody find it on their own.
I just hoped that the wind would just take it all the way, but it didn't.
If you cut hair on a boat, hair goes everywhere, and it's with you for days and weeks. And Micah, say hi behind us. Hi. My name's Mike.
Buddy.
Hi, buddy. So, hope you find your dad.
Now you can tell them what movie that's from, but you have to let them guess.
You say you need help?
No, he said
No, they need to guess what movie
they would
that's
need to
from.
guess.
Oh.
So if you know what movie that's from, put it down in the comments. We've been doing the coffee with
Wait,
Andy.
did we show the rib bones?
We did show the
Okay.
ribbons. We've been doing coffee with Andy and Tracy on YouTube for right at about a week now. And I want to thank you guys. We've got 52 subscribers.
Wow.
You didn't even know that, did you?
No. It's not my department.
That's not your department. Skipper here, she keeps us between the navigational beacons here.
That's right.
So we got 52 subscribers, and
How many sailboats coming out of this place?
is there a sailing club? It's probably
it's
Monday.
big sailboats.
Huh?
It's big sailboats.
They were probably all going to the boat show, honey.
Oh, I doubt it. But
You
maybe.
got it?
We gotta
Anyway,
get there faster so we can get a place to anchor.
we do have to get to a place to anchor. Hopefully we can, we might have an inside. Oh, Peggy and Dave, I'm gonna reach out to you guys, see if you have any suggestions on that. If anybody that watches has access to boat show tickets, at 1, 2, 6,
1 day, 4 days.
1 day, 4 days, that would be awesome, because we're thrifty, and if we don't ask for those things, the answer is always no. So we're looking for boat show tickets. We're looking for a coffee brand subscriber for coffee with Andy.
And a good safe place to anchor that's not far away, but where we could also, we're gonna have a car to deal with on land as well.
Yes. So after we're done with the boat show, which goes through the 16th, we're planning on, we'll probably take the car up to Baltimore and go see what they have to offer. I hear that Baltimore has these pit beef, roast beef sandwiches that are just to die for. And
That must be up on the north end of the city. I don't know.
I'm a food guy, and I love to find the culture in food wherever we go. And that's one of the things I want to find. If anybody here has had pit beef,
Pit beef?
it's called like pit beef sandwiches, and I've seen a couple of food shows. It's been several years, but I've always associated that with Baltimore, and I want to try it. What is Annapolis famous for food-wise?
Crabs.
Just
Seafood,
crabs?
Just seafood, and, yeah.
Any particular dish? Is it just
I don't know.
Annapolis blue crabs? Or, I mean, that's kind of ubiquitous of all of the East Coast.
I've only been to Annapolis like once.
And it'll be my first time to Baltimore. So we're gonna go to Baltimore, kick around. We'll probably drive up there for the day once or twice. And then we're talking about maybe possibly meeting my sister and Tom up there for the football game the following weekend. And if I can get my brother up there.
Those boats are all anchored.
They're all
Those boats
anchored?
coming out. One, two, there's two coming out.
And I need to get better. And I'm forcing myself to get better. I've just got to start editing together some real video of the daily life. I'm doing short videos and stuff that has music in the background, and show kind of unique moments on Facebook, just to keep everybody over there, because that's where we mainly communicate with so many of you guys. And then doing our longer stuff over here on YouTube. We do have an Instagram account, but neither one of us are really Insta, IG compliant.
We're not Insta-worthy. We're not Insta... Let's see, hang on. Insta
We're Insta worthy. We are so worthy.
savvy. Insta-savvy.
We are like the reverse of Wayne's World. We are Insta worthy, but we are, and that's kind of cold. I'll get a warm up. Camden, can you hand me
the coffee pot, bud?
coffee pot, please?
Hey, did you see that? That
What?
sailboat went around us for once.
A sailboat went around us.
Yep. It's usually me that goes around them. Because I'm just southern and nice like that.
So we've always used a French. Well, we've used a French press for the last several years, and right now we're up to 2 or 3 of these a day. But it was one of those like $15 things on Amazon, and you could get it enamel bake coated with the different colors. We went with green, but it's stainless steel underneath, and you can see that it's showing some love, and I'm hoping within a couple of years there'll be just like a dozen little specks of green, but it'll show its love. So
Speaking of Amazon,
we need a place to drop ship stuff too.
well, yeah, but we also need to look on Amazon and find a floating phone case.
Here you go, guys.
So if anybody uses a floating phone case that they really like, please let me know. I mean, I've got the development of one in my mind.
There's a bunch of them online.
Don't burst my bubble. Y'all already killed me that that's not whalebone.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I'm holding on hope.
It could be whalebone. Remember, post in the comments below.
Whalebone, what kind of bones are those? And
Coffee
if
sponsor.
it's like elk, then how the hell did it get on that beach?
It's not elk.
And floating phone case.
So we had one of our older Tracy and Andy talks dropped yesterday on YouTube. I'll have another one that I've got to upload today. That's one of our older ones that I never even published on Facebook. That was up in a creek, and it was before we got to Carolina Beach. It was that little fork off. There was the trawler further on.
You fork off.
The mosquitoes got out bad later that
was
night, and it was such a peaceful. The John boats raced by.
Yeah.
There was two guys on
Before Myrtle Beach.
John boats raced by. They had like 200 horsepower engines sitting on the back.
There's a super cool fishing boat.
A super cool fishing boat coming up. Well, you say it's coming up, but that's like 5 miles.
Yeah, it's out there, Mom.
It's not right. It's not right there. It's ahead. We're learning to be better communicators and have better descriptors. The kids are always like, "Oh, it's right there," and right there means
I'm gonna run them over.
we're gonna. Mom, there's a boat right in front of us. It's right there. It's 2.6 nautical miles. We're not gonna run over it. It'll be way out of our way because it's probably way faster than us. But that's okay. All the boys are up except for Riley, and it's almost 11 o'clock, isn't it?
Is he away?
Has anybody seen Riley yet? He's up. Okay. I need somebody to put away the dishes. We got to wash the dishes and do some things. He's in his room.
I think that catamaran, that second boat, is aluminum with no paint on the hull.
That would not,
It's just a silvery gray, like.
It could be a wrap.
Maybe.
because shiny aluminum would not do well.
It just looks kind of raw, like, but maybe it's just one thing.
So it's Annapolis or bust. We're almost there. I'm scared to even say that on video, but we're gonna make it, guys. We left Charleston on the 24th, I think.
Seems like forever.
24th, 29th. And a lot of the things that we've run into are
We haven't
because
run into anything.
we have,
Be careful what you say on the
we
boat.
haven't run into anything. A lot of our delays and experiences are because we're on our land timetable and we're not on a boat timetable. So we're going to leave as fast as we can so we can get there. And on the way back, after we do some visits up there, we do have to be back to Charleston pretty quickly. Hopefully the winds will help us get back down so we can do some of our upgrades with Michael.
Upgrades with Michael.
Upgrades with Michael. I haven't come clean with him about our YouTube channel and our...
What do you mean?
He's not in the group.
He doesn't watch us?
He doesn't watch us.
What?
I fanboy for him a lot. But
Are you afraid you'll like pass judgment?
it's judgment free, pretty much.
Ooh.
I need to invite him. I'm going to pull the band-aid off. I'm going to invite him. You didn't know. Well, I mean, he came clean with us about his special dark secret.
Right?
And that was that he...
Except our board game.
that he-
Oh my god. All I see is a nose.
Camden, you're off camera.
No, I think it's just the angle. It is a little home built though.
It is a home-built catamaran.
Move.
We see all kinds of boats out here, and your eyes are humongous. No, I like that. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We love you guys. Go ahead and pick up your trash. Keep the waterways clean.
Micah, there's a booth there.
Spay and neuter your pets. Love your family and friends. Tell them you love them.
Is that robot moving?
That little- And until next time, it's Coffee with Andy and Tracy.
Tracy.
Bye.